Greetings, everybody. So you are looking at a 1984 Honda CB700S Nighthawk. This is part 2 of basically the restoration, revival, whatever you want to call it, of this bike. In the first one I did a walkthrough, and the bike was sitting for a long time, probably I'm gonna say over 20 years, and I can't remember, maybe that was about 4 or 5 months ago when I did the first video. So it's taken me a while to get to this point, and because I have a job and everything. So anyway, I'll tell you what I've done to it. So here's what I've done to this bike. I took it completely down to the frame and to the engine. I did not remove the engine from the frame, but I got it stripped down as much as I can. I'll throw a picture on there. And repainted, treated the frame. It had a lot of rust on it. Treated the frame for rust. Painted it just with some rattle cans, but it was the OEM black Honda paint, which is like super expensive. And I actually went through probably 4 cans of that stuff between the rims and the frame. The engine I painted with a high temp paint that had a really good, it matched really well. If you want, I can tell you what paint I used on this thing. I need to really do the see these right here, I got those cleaned up, but the other side I need to do. Let's see what else. The tank was really bad. There was gas in there from like over 20 years, and if you saw the first video, I couldn't even get the cap off, and then I did, and it was not fun. It was not pretty. And the tank, I've cleaned the best I can. I did everything, vinegar, evaporust, so it came out pretty decent. Let's see if we could look down in there. I also got a new cap, just because they're available, and the other cap is pretty kind of rusted, and this kind of stuff makes the bike. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's a lot cleaner down there now. So the only problem with that, I hate having it's 2 keys now, but maybe I could take the guts out of the other one and put, I don't know, but you might have to just live with it. But when this thing's all painted and stuff, that cap and everything will really make the bike. Let's see, what else did I do? So this tool thing was missing, and the tool kit was missing, and I found that on eBay. I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it, but I don't think this thing's ever been actually opened and used, so I didn't use it either. So it's fun to have it. If I ever sell this bike, people will really appreciate it. And then this cover was missing too, and I got that. So gosh, there was fin damage over here, if you remember the first video, and I used some JB weld, and I repaired all these fins. Pretty decent job. Great. It's a good thing they're paint this engine's black, so you can paint it, and so you won't see that JB weld stuff. What else did I do? Of course, oil change, filter, new rubber, rebuilt the brakes, both sides, both hydraulic brakes were rebuilt. The master cylinders all redid these sight glasses. They were all yellow and stuff on both of these. I need to still bleed the front brakes, but there's no leaks. I do have some fluid in there, but I just need to bleed them still. My bleeder kit is out of commission right now. New battery. The only thing is still is got some patina on it is this black chrome pipes, and not really much you could do with those. I did a lot of research, and guys either powder coat them with high temp black, or they just leave them like I did. I mean, these aren't that bad, but the fronts were pretty bad, so I actually did paint the front part of these pipes with black high temp, and then about right around here I just kind of blended it, and then down here of course gets high temp, and so it doesn't look bad. So that's the only thing. It really has some patina on it. The shocks a little bit, have a little bit on there. For the most part though, the bike is gonna look brand new once it's painted. I did decide to leave these stickers on. This was from the previous owner that bought this bike brand new, and this is when he was stationed in Cherry Point, North Carolina, in the Marines. So I just kept it. I'm friends with the guy that I bought it off of. I work with him, and I'll get a kick out of it when he sees this bike and I left those stickers on. I just, I like to keep some of the history. What the heck? And you can remove them. If I ever sell it and they don't like it, they can just remove them. No big deal. I do have a filter on this. I couldn't find the strainer. There's supposed to be a strainer in here, and I couldn't find it, so I'm going to put this filter on, and I'm not really comfortable with how clean the tank is yet, but I'm just going to have this filter on. We can see what's going on with the fuel, and when I fire it up. I have not fired this bike up yet. So what else? Carbs all rebuilt with rebuild kits, of course. Let's see, I have a list of what I got going on here. Okay, maybe I'll pop some pictures of this stuff on this video as I call it out. But all this rubber, these rubber pieces, I let them sit in this wintergreen. I saw online you could make all this stuff better, because this stuff was really hard when I took this bike apart. And all this, I let this rubber sit in this wintergreen oil, which is super expensive, but you let it sit in there for like a week or so. It's like wintergreen oil and alcohol, and anything that was rubber was all in that. And man, it doesn't smell bad, but it's strong. So anything that was rubber, I kind of let it sit in that solution, and it really helped. You learn something new every time you do these bites, and that was a great thing I learned. A couple other things, I did get new turn signals, the stems that I found on eBay. Somebody makes them and redoes them. I don't know, they seem pretty good. There's a couple of them right there installed, but they're pretty good. All new wheel bearings. I mean, I figured if I had the wheels off and painted them and everything, I might as well put new bearings in, and it don't cost that much money. And then I did the stem, the steering stem bearing upgrade. All the bearings I got from All Balls. racing. All I had to really do to it so far, I rebuilt the clutch, like I said, not the clutch plates, but the master slave and the master cylinder for the clutch. So that seems to be working good. I think once I get the clutch plates moving, the clutch will work much better. Because it doesn't seem like it's, you know, pulling in the clutch plates when I do it. So, but I think once I get some oil running through there, it'll work fine. So that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and try firing this up for the first time. So you're gonna be seeing it for the first time, and if you don't believe me, the tank is empty right now. So I'm gonna add gas, and I'm gonna try firing this thing up. So coming back. Joe? Alright, she's on. running pretty decent for the first time it's been started in over 20 years. A little smoky, probably because I put some oil down the cylinders. It seems to be clearing out. I got a little leaky there, no big deal. I'm glad nothing else leaks. I don't have a clamp on that, so that's probably why it's leaking. But yeah, I heard a little bit of a tick up here in the engine, but it seemed to have gone away, I think. Yeah, it's running pretty decent. It needs to be just some adjustments need to be done. But for the first time firing up, man, I'll take it. I did take the temperature on all the pipes, and this third cylinder seems to be running a little cold. So I'll have to look into that. A little colder than the other ones. But I need to sync the carbs anyway, so I'll do that coming up here. I'm gonna paint the bike. You know, it's not all that bad, but I could paint it. I've got the technology here, I've got the know-how, so I'm gonna paint the bike and all the plastics and everything. I already have the decals I got off the eBay. But right now I'm just gonna kind of put it together and kind of ride it this summer and enjoy it, and work out all the little adjustments that it might need, because if I paint it now and then I have to take the tank off and I have to take the plastics off after they're painted, it's a real, you know, you run the risk of scratching everything up. So I'm gonna put it all back together. The bike is like brand new except for now the plastics and the paint, you know. So and by the way, I did do the fork seals as well. Anyway, that's the part 2 of the video. We got her running. Part 3, hopefully we'll take her for a ride, and hopefully it's not going to be, you know, 3-4 months in between the videos. I'm hoping to get this thing going this summer and have some fun on it. So that's all for now. Have a good one, guys.